Okay, guys, I got it working. Took me a long time. Got it working. Okay, so let's go over the ones that were commonly missed. This one was missed by 10 of you. So let's look over it real quick. Come on, show me the answer choices. So consider rolling two number cubes, each of which has face number 1 through 6. The cubes will be rolled and some of the numbers will be recorded. Let the event E represent rolling a sum of 5. How many outcomes are in the collection for event E? So you got to think of how many ways you can roll a 5. Um, 2 and 3, there's one way. 1 and 4, there's another way. So 8 of you picked that, but you forgot that you can change the order. So you can have the other dice be 3 and 2, and then 4 and 1. So 3 and 2 is different than 2 and 3, and 4 and 1 and 1 and 4. So there should be 4 ways to roll a 5 because there's two different dice. So there's that one. Okay, let's go back. The number one missed problem was this one. So on this one, oh, I know what everyone did wrong. So they're asking you, what is the probability that the selected student chose the art elective and the music elective? And, keyword here, they chose and the music elective. You could not choose both. Students at a certain high school had an elective period where each student chooses an elective from 4 options. They can't choose 2, they can only choose 1. So there's none that are and. That's why it's 0. It was a trick question. 12 of you picked the or. If art or music, yes, that's the answer. D, if it was art or music, but this was arts and music, so you don't pick both. Trick question on that one. Trick question, 13 of you. You got tricked by that one. Okay. 11 of you did the late to school one. So it's at a large high school. 40% of the students walk to school. 32% of the students have been late to school at least once. And 37.5% who walk to school have been late to school at least once. So here's what I think. I think the probability of being walking is 40%. That's what they told you. Then they told you the probability of being late to school is 32%. And then they told you the 37.5% is the probability of being late to school given that you walked. That is 37.5%. Not late and walked. It was the way it was worded was it was students who walk have been late at least once. It's who walked. So you were given that you walked to school and you were late. So they are asking us, one student will be selected. What is the probability that the student selected will be one who walks to school and has been late to school at least once? So if you think about a tree diagram on this one, they either walk to school or they don't, which is 40% walk to school and 60% do not. And then we don't really care about the note walkers, but the people that walk to school, 37.5% have been late at least once, which means 1 minus that is the other one. We don't really care about the other one, but that would have been 62.5% are not late at least once. And on the other branch, we don't really know what those numbers are because they didn't tell us. They asked us, what's the probability that we pick a student and they walk to school and they were late at least once? So they're asking you for that branch. So you're just going to do 0.4 times 0.375. Did you have to use the tree? No, you totally didn't have to use the tree. You could have just done the multiplying and did 15%. So be careful. When I first read it, I thought it was a Venn diagram because I thought, oh, this is the and one, and that's in the middle. But that would be weird because why would the and be higher than the late one, right? If there were two separate circles of 40% and 32%, how could the middle be more than the 32%? It couldn't. So that was another clue that this wasn't a Venn diagram and this was not an and probability. So that's a little tricky on that one, but there's how you do that one. Um, and then let's see if there's any others. That one, left hand, I got the student distribution. We did the sum of 5, overbooked flights. We can look at the overbooked flights. So in this one, they're saying, what's the probability at least 4 of the next 5 flights will be overbooked? Well, here's your table that shows you how many flights of the next 5 will be overbooked. At least 4 means 4 or greater. So you want that one and you want that one. And so if we add 0.332 plus 0.114, you get your answer of 0.446. And so that is the right answer because this was at least, so it's this one or this one. So you're going to add those together. Some of you, 8 of you picked just the 4. You forgot at least 4 means 4 or 5. So be careful on that. Wording is key, you guys. That's what on this test, wording is a big deal. You've got to pay attention on wording. Pizza choices. They asked you about mutually exclusive. They said a survey of people on pizza, and they said 55% prefer pepperoni only, 30% prefer mushroom only, and 15% prefer something other than pepperoni and mushroom. Suppose one person that was surveyed was selected at random. What's the probability? Are they mutually exclusive? Did anyone in our survey pick both? No. They told us it was pepperoni only, mushroom only, 15% were something else, not both. So they never told us that anyone picked both in our survey. So are the P and M mutually exclusive? Yes, because there's no overlap. And so the overlap is 0. Um, so that was the answer. Yeah, remember, when there's no overlap, that means you're mutually exclusive, and that means the probability of that and that occurring is 0. Um, and then left-handed. A high school theater has 40 students, 6 are left-handed. 2 students from the club will be selected at random, one at a time without replacement. What's the probability that the 2 students selected will both be left-handed? Okay, so let's write this one out. We have 6 are left-handed, so you have a 6 out of 40 to get the first person left-handed, and then we're not replacing it, so that means the second person, there's only 5 lefties left out of the 39. So it's going to be 6 out of 40 times 5 out of 39. That's going to end up being like, what? Oh man, that's tiny, 0.0192. 0.0192, or oh, they didn't even get a common denominator. My bad. 6 times 5, 30 on top, 40 times 39, 1560 on bottom. That's the one. Oh, those of you who did this one, you did not adjust your probability. You did it like you took them out, chose them, and then you let us pick again. It's not what they did. They did without replacement. So this is chapter 15. You did it like it was a chapter 14 problem where we don't worry about that. So there was your issue on the left-handed one. Okay, hopefully that helps. Hopefully you did all these and you tried them. On the test tomorrow, there's 15 questions. Be careful. And make sure you just pay attention to wording. That can be tricky sometimes. I'm trying to see, is there any other one? We already did this one, right? Already did that one? Student distribution, I thought that we did that one. Yeah, that's the one we did. That was the trick question one. Yeah, okay. So we did do that one. And I think that is it. I think you got them. Look over the other ones if you missed any of the other ones and see, but those should have been the ones that most of you got tricked on. Okay, I'll post this. See you guys tomorrow.